Imagine dedicating your life to shaping young minds, only to have everything come crashing down with a devastating diagnosis. Maria, a beloved elementary school teacher, faced this exact nightmare when she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. You'd think in today's world, a dedicated teacher would have all the support she needs, right? Think again. Medical bills piled up, and despite her years of service, Maria found herself drowning in debt. It's a harsh reality that challenges our belief in fairness and support. But here's the twist. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, Maria's small community did something extraordinary. They rallied together, organizing a series of heartwarming events that would change her life forever. This isn't just a story about overcoming illness. It's about the incredible power of community and the unexpected ways it can transform our lives. Curious to find out how a town's love and determination brought Maria back from the brink? Stay with us as we unravel a tale of resilience, compassion, and the extraordinary power of unity. Maria was the heart and soul of her small town. As a dedicated elementary school teacher, she greeted each day with a warm smile and an unending passion for educating her students. Her classroom was always filled with laughter and curiosity, a place where young minds were nurtured and dreams took root. Every morning, Maria would walk to the quaint little schoolhouse, greeting neighbors and exchanging pleasantries along the way. She loved the simple joys of life: the smell of fresh bread from the local bakery, the sound of children playing in the streets, and the colorful blooms in her garden that she tended with care. Her students adored her. Maria had a unique way of making each child feel special and understood. She believed in the potential of every student, and her belief had a magical way of bringing out their best. Parents often marveled at how their children blossomed under her guidance, growing not just academically but also in confidence and kindness. Outside of school, Maria was just as vibrant. She volunteered at the community center, participated in local events, and was always the first to lend a hand to anyone in need. Her friends often joked that she had a heart as big as the town itself. Maria's life was a beautiful mosaic of love, dedication, and service. Her small house, though modest, was filled with warmth and memories. Photos of former students and mementos from various community projects adorned her walls. Her evenings were spent grading papers, planning lessons, and sipping tea by the window, where she could watch the sun set over the rolling hills. To everyone who knew her, Maria was a beacon of light. Her life, though simple, was rich with meaning and impact. She had an uncanny ability to touch lives and make a difference, one child at a time. But beneath the surface of her cheerful demeanor, a storm was brewing, one that would test her strength and resilience in ways she never imagined. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when you least expect it. For Maria, it happened one fateful afternoon. She had been feeling unusually fatigued and experiencing strange, tingling sensations in her limbs. Brushing it off as stress, she continued with her daily routine until the symptoms became too alarming to ignore. A visit to the doctor led to a whirlwind of tests and consultations. The news came like a thunderbolt. Maria had multiple sclerosis, a chronic illness that would change her life forever. The diagnosis was a heavy blow, not just because of the physical challenges it posed, but because it threatened the very life she loved so dearly. As she sat in the doctor's office, the walls seemed to close in around her. Words like progressive, incurable, and disability echoed in her mind. She thought of her students, her garden, and the simple joys that now seemed so fragile. The reality of her situation began to sink in, and with it, an overwhelming sense of uncertainty. The medical bills started piling up almost immediately. Tests, medications, and specialist consultations were expensive, and her modest teacher's salary was quickly overwhelmed. Maria found herself drowning in debt, struggling to keep up with the mounting expenses. The stress of her financial situation only exacerbated her symptoms, creating a vicious cycle that seemed impossible to break. Maria's once vibrant world began to dim. She had to cut back on her volunteer work and spend more time resting, which left her feeling isolated and frustrated. Community she loved so much was still there, but she felt distant, burdened by her illness and financial woes. Each day was a battle to maintain some semblance of normalcy while her body and spirit were under siege. But Maria was not one to give up easily. Despite the growing debt and the relentless progression of her illness, she continued to teach, drawing strength from her students' smiles and achievements. She refused to let multiple sclerosis define her, even as it reshaped her life in ways she never could have imagined. Little did she know, her greatest support was yet to come, from the very community she had devoted her life to. When word of Maria's diagnosis and mounting debts spread through the small town, the community was shaken. Maria had been a pillar of strength and support for so many. Now, it was their turn to support her. The town buzzed with a collective determination to help the beloved teacher who had given so much of herself to others. It started with a simple idea at the local diner. A group of parents and former students gathered, sharing memories of how Maria had touched their lives. As they talked, a plan began to form, a series of fundraising events to help cover Maria's medical expenses. The enthusiasm was infectious, and soon, the whole town was on board. The first event was a community bake sale. People from all over the town brought homemade pies, cakes, and cookies. The school gym was transformed into a bustling marketplace, filled with the sweet aroma of baked goods and the sound of laughter and chatter. It was a huge success, raising more money than anyone had anticipated. Next came a charity auction, where local businesses and artisans donated items and services. The auction was held in the town square, with families, friends, and neighbors all turning out to bid and support Maria. There were handmade quilts, paintings, gift certificates, and even a weekend getaway to a nearby cabin. The sense of unity and generosity was palpable, as people bid not just for the items, but for the chance to make a difference in Maria's life. But the crowning jewel of the fundraising efforts was a benefit concert. Local musicians and bands volunteered to perform, and the high school auditorium was packed to the rafters. The energy in the room was electric, a celebration of community spirit and love for Maria. As the final notes of the last song echoed through the hall, there wasn't a dry eye in the audience. Throughout these events, Maria was overwhelmed by the outpouring of support. Each act of kindness, each dollar raised, was a testament to the impact she had made on her community. People she had taught years ago, now adults, came back to show their appreciation. Parents shared stories of how Maria had helped their children grow and thrive. The funds raised were more than enough to cover Maria's medical bills, giving her the financial relief she so desperately needed. But beyond the monetary help, the support of her community gave Maria something even more valuable: hope. She realized she wasn't alone in her fight, and that gave her the strength to face each new day with renewed courage and determination. The community's unity and generosity had created a powerful ripple effect, inspiring Maria and everyone around her. Together, they had turned a time of crisis into a story of hope, resilience, and the incredible power of coming together. With the funds raised by her community, Maria embarked on her journey of treatment and recovery with a renewed sense of hope and determination. The first step was finding the best medical care available. She consulted top neurologists and started on a comprehensive treatment plan tailored to manage her multiple sclerosis. The road was not easy. Treatment involved a combination of medications, physical therapy, and lifestyle changes. Maria faced each challenge head-on, fueled by the love and support of her community. She endured the side effects of her medications with grace, even on days when fatigue and pain seemed overwhelming. Her physical therapy sessions were grueling, but Maria approached them with the same dedication she had always shown in her teaching. Her students continued to be a source of strength. They sent her letters and drawings, sharing their progress and reminding her of the difference she had made in their lives. These small acts of kindness kept her spirits high, motivating her to push through the toughest days. As months passed, Maria began to see improvements. The flare-ups became less frequent, and her strength slowly returned. She learned to listen to her body, balancing rest with activity, and found new ways to manage her symptoms. Her therapists were amazed by her progress, noting her resilience and positive attitude. But it wasn't just the medical treatments that fueled her recovery. The emotional and mental support from her community played a crucial role. Friends and neighbors visited regularly, bringing meals, running errands, and simply offering a listening ear. These gestures, big and small, reminded Maria that she was not alone in her fight. One of the most transformative moments came during a community picnic held in her honor. Surrounded by the people who had rallied behind her, Maria felt a profound sense of gratitude. She realized that her journey was not just about healing her body, but also about embracing the love and connection that had always been there, quietly sustaining her. With each passing day, Maria grew stronger. She resumed her beloved gardening, finding peace and joy in nurturing her plants. She began to take short walks around her neighborhood, gradually increasing her stamina. The simple act of being outdoors, feeling the sun on her face, filled her with a renewed zest for life. Her journey of recovery was marked by ups and downs, but through it all, Maria remained steadfast. She continued to teach part-time, cherishing every moment in the classroom. Her students, old and new, looked up to her as a beacon of strength and inspiration. Maria's recovery was not just a testament to medical advancements, but a powerful story of community, love, and unwavering hope. She had faced her darkest hours with courage and emerged with a deeper appreciation for the life she had, and the people who made it meaningful. After months of treatment and recovery, the day finally came when Maria felt ready to return to her beloved classroom full-time. The anticipation was palpable. She missed the energy, the curiosity of her students, and the sense of purpose that teaching always brought her. As she walked through the familiar school doors, she was greeted by the warm smiles and cheers of her students and colleagues. The halls were adorned with welcome back banners and colorful drawings, a testament to how much she had been missed. Stepping into her classroom, Maria took a deep breath, feeling a mix of excitement and gratitude. The children gathered around, their eyes wide with excitement. "We missed you, Miss Maria," they exclaimed, their voices filling the room with a joyful chorus. Maria's heart swelled with emotion. She had fought hard to be here, and now she was back, ready to inspire and nurture her students once again. Maria's teaching style had always been engaging, but now it was infused with a newfound depth and empathy. She shared stories of her journey with her students, not to gain their pity, but to teach them about resilience, hope, and the power of community. Her experiences became valuable lessons woven into her curriculum. When they studied science, she explained how the body works, relating it to her own battle with multiple sclerosis. In social studies, she emphasized the importance of supporting one another, drawing parallels to how the community had rallied around her. Her students were captivated, not just by the subjects she taught, but by the strength and wisdom she embodied. They listened with rapt attention, inspired by her courage and determination. Maria noticed a change in them, too. They became more compassionate, more eager to help each other, and more appreciative of the support they received from their own families and friends. Outside of the classroom, Maria continued to be a pillar of the community. She organized fundraisers for others in need, leveraging her own experience to bring people together. Her story spread beyond the town, inspiring neighboring communities to come together in support of their own members facing hardships. Maria's impact reached far and wide, a ripple effect of kindness and solidarity. In the evenings, Maria would sit in her garden, reflecting on the journey that had brought her here. The flowers she had nurtured stood tall and vibrant, much like her own spirit. She felt a profound connection to the life around her, understanding more than ever the importance of perseverance and hope. Maria's return to teaching was not just about resuming her career. It was a triumphant affirmation of life itself. She had faced immense challenges and emerged stronger, more inspired, and more determined to make a difference. Her story was a beacon of hope, reminding everyone that even in the darkest times, with the support of a loving community, it's possible to find light and continue moving forward.